It is Wednesday, March 25th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. I'm realizing that these shows keep coming out later and later because I keep staying up later and later. When you don't have to get up as early in the morning to take kids to school and to get to practice and workouts and all of this stuff like I normally do, it's so much suddenly easier, or suddenly so much easier to stay up a lot later. So going to bed at midnight and beyond has certainly made it a lot harder to get up out of bed in the morning and get these done. So I will try to be better about that, being as how it is 10 o'clock as I'm recording this right now. But jump right into some stuff going on. The World of Outlaws will have their iRacing Invitational tonight, the very first of what they think will be kind of a series here going forward for the next couple of weeks while racing is kind of on hiatus. They're hoping to run Wednesday nights just like this, and they're going to switch off between sprint cars and late models each week. This week will be sprint cars. And they've got a really full field of drivers. I kind of want to run through that, give you an idea of who's racing and kind of let you know the format and some things like that. So the action starts tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern on Dirt Vision. Participants will be in 410 sprint cars at Volusia Speedway Park. The winner will take home $1,000. This is a winner-take-all event. So if you thought this was just for fun or something like that, this is for some pretty serious money. $1,000 a week will be on the line here for the guys participating. If you want to watch live, you'll either need a Dirt Vision Fast Pass or you can buy a single night pass for $9.99. And let's take a look at the guys that we know right now will compete in the show. I know there's been some other additions, and there may be a couple of other guys sneak in. I've heard something about maybe Kevin Swindell also possibly being on this list, but I will run through this list of guys and let you know who is participating. So far, we know about David Gravel, Carson Macedo, and Logan Schuchart, all World of Outlaws regulars. They will be competing tonight along with Aaron Reitzel, past All-Star champion Lance DeWeese, obviously Pennsylvania sprint car standout. Paul McMahon, he's a full-time All-Star racer. Robbie Kendall is a sprint car racer from Pennsylvania. Matt Cosner is one of the World of Outlaws late models regulars. Kerry Madsen, obviously past World of Outlaws competitor and a full-time sprint car racer. Brent Brunkenhofer, he races sprint cars around Ohio and Pennsylvania. He is going to race tonight. Ashton Winger, another World of Outlaws late model full-time guy, is going to be in there. Christopher Bell, obviously NASCAR Cup driver at this point, and very accomplished dirt racer in his own right. World of Outlaws wins and Chili Bowl wins. Jamie Ball races races sprint cars at Knoxville. Austin McCarl, also from Knoxville, he was a former 410 track champion. Max McLaughlin, I believe he's running an ARCA schedule this year, but he's been a regular on the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modified schedule in the past. Brett Mahalski, another PA sprint car guy. Randy Hannigan, longtime sprint car racer. Scotty Thiel, a Midwest sprint car racer guy. He's going to be in there as well. Mike Mahaney, one of the big block modified competitors from the Northeast. Cale Conley has raced with the All-Stars, run outlaw shows and things like that in a sprint car. Wayne Johnson, another one of the full-time World of Outlaws sprint car competitors. And then we kind of get into some more not interesting, but some kind of maybe not dirt racing guys. Names like Ron Capps, and Cruz Pedregon, some NHRA guys that have a lot of interest in dirt racing. They're going to compete as well. Chase Briscoe, NASCAR Xfinity Series driver, accomplished dirt racer. He's going to be in there. Brian Brown. If you've listened to the Brian Brown episode of Open Red, you know about Brian Brown and his iRacing exploits. Ryan Levitt is a Knoxville sprint car competitor. Parker Price Miller, another sprint car guy. He's running that Philip Dietz Motorsports car and filling in for David Gravel this year when Gravel will be off running NASCAR races. Trent Ivey and Ross Bales, two late model guys, are in there. Max Stambaugh, another sprint car racer. Tony Galda is a California sprint car racer. He's in the show. I think actually I was in a non-wing 360 show the other night with him that I gracefully bowed out of after wrecking in my heat race. Bill Baylog, another sprint car competitor. He's going to be in there. Like I mentioned, Cruz Pedregon. Chase Johnson, another California sprint car racer. And Michael Bauer, Ohio PA sprint car guy. Joe Cada is a New York sprint car racer. Corey Gordon, another late model guy. Chase Young also races sprint cars at Knoxville. Cale Thomas, who's in the past been a Midwest sprint car guy, he's moved over this year to the Trone team in Pennsylvania, so I guess we can consider him a posse guy this year, being in the Trone ride. And then Danny Dietrich, Pennsylvania sprint car racer, Mitchell Facino, California sprint car racer, and Hunter Schoenberg are all confirmed on the list for tonight. Like I said, at the very end of this thing, there may be you may lose a couple of these names, you may gain a couple names, but they expect to have a full field of some pretty accomplished dirt racers in this show. Just like the iRacing World Championship event from Monday night, drivers will get 15 minutes of practice, then 2 laps of qualifying. They're going to run 4 10-lap heat races, which will start straight up with the top 4 finishers transferring to the feature. So that'll be 16 cars from the heats will be in the feature. Then they're going to run 2 12-lap B mains with the top 2 finishers in each tagging the back of the feature for a full field of 20 cars. The track conditions, they basically start fresh at the beginning of the night with practice. They'll run all the way through the Bs, and then right before the feature, they're going to reset the track conditions. Like, think about that as a complete track rework, obviously, but it doesn't take that long. They can have that done in a matter of seconds on the platform. They're going to run a 5-minute hot lap session for the feature, and then they'll jump right into the 35-lap feature for the 20 drivers. Johnny Gibson will be on hand. He's going to announce everything all night long. I saw on Twitter that he's even got his white pants ready to roll, so Johnny's ready to go. It sounds like we'll have kind of a wide range of experience levels on guys with iRacing. All of these guys are obviously accomplished dirt racers. There's no question about that. But we're not sure about how experienced some of these guys are on the iRacing platform. So it'll be interesting to watch and kind of see how their real-world talents kind of transfer over to the virtual world. If I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably look at a guy like Chase Briscoe. He's good on iRacing. If you've watched any of the iRacing NASCAR stuff that's happened here in the last 2 weeks, Chase has been up front in a lot of those races and has been really fast. And he has experience on dirt, including his Chili Bowl A main start and some other dirt stuff that he's done. I would assume Seabell would probably be fairly strong as well. I know he's been a guy that's been big on testing for iRacing and has had a lot of involvement with iRacing as a company and all of the things they have going on. But it'll be interesting to watch, and hope everybody gets a chance to tune in. It'll be at the very least, I think it'll be entertaining. Like I mentioned yesterday, you'll kind of get a lot of those same features and same, kind of benefits of like that pro race that we ran the other night, the World Championship race, where the program will move along quickly. You might see some more wrecks in this event, but even so, that stuff gets cleaned up pretty quickly. And I would imagine the show will probably be done in an hour and a half, which I think will be great. And again, $1,000 on the line for the winners of these shows. We'll be back tomorrow on the show to kind of recap the night, let you know how everybody did, and then kind of get you prepared for next week. It'll be interesting to see too. I think a lot of these guys on this list are sprint car racers. If a lot of these guys return for next week to jump in on the late model race, and you might actually even get more of the late model guys to jump in. I saw somewhere that maybe Chris Ferguson was going to jump in on some of the late model stuff as well. So a lot of guys interested in racing, and I think it'll be a fun night. So check that out if you get a chance. Dirt Vision, 9 o'clock. Speaking of World of Outlaws, there's a new checkered past feature story today from Kevin Eckert on worldofoutlaws.com. It looks at racers being resilient and the last time the Outlaws were shut down from racing. You can check that out at worldofoutlaws.com. I've mentioned Kevin before on the show and some of the pieces he does. He's one of the few people right now in the dirt world kind of doing some longer form stuff. And I encourage you to go check out those pieces because they're really informative, and he does a really good job kind of going back through history and taking a look at some of the stories and things like that, and kind of wrapping it into kind of giving that historical perspective. So if you want to, if you're bored today or love a little bit longer form pieces, go check that out from Kevin Eckert, worldofoutlaws.com, the checkered past. New podcast episodes this week, Suave Talk. Derek and Tyler Erb have Steve Francis on. Sean Heckman from Dinner with Racers is on Dirt Nerds, and Kendra Jacobs and Brock Zierfoss are at Jeremy's show over at SprintCarUnlimited.com. So if you are looking for some dirt racing podcasts to listen to this week, a lot of these shows still going strong. So check those out. If you are looking for more podcasts, you can certainly find those at DIRTRACKR.com/podcast. That's it for the show today. Hope everybody, like I said, gets a chance to tune in to the World of Outlaws iRacing Invitational tonight, Dirt Vision, 9 o'clock, and hope everybody enjoys that. Let me know if you take or if you watch. Let me know if you have thoughts and if you enjoy the racing or not. We will certainly be tweeting about it tonight, probably from both my account and the Dirt Tracker account. So you can follow along there. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe, leave me a review, tell your friends. You can also watch the show on YouTube and Facebook every single day. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com. You can follow along Facebook.com/dirttracker, Twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. You can sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter live on the site right now. I will be sending those out once a week. No spam, just something short and a couple of quick hit items, cool things from the week that I found. Like I said, super easy, super simple. If you want to check that out, you can certainly do that. But thanks for tuning in to the show today. I will see everybody tomorrow on Dirt Tracker Daily.